Hello everybody, welcome to 2026 and welcome to my first Let's Play of the year. I have been wanting to play and do an in-depth foray and obsession cycle with Baldur's Gate. I recently got back into the series with Baldur's Gate 3 a few years ago, and this game has been on my list to replay. Now, I played a little bit of this in my childhood, but I've never really finished it. So I would like to go through and fully delve deep in. This playthrough is gonna feel a little bit different from my other ones, in the sense that I'm going to be taking my time with it. So you're going to be hearing my voice a lot, which is why I changed up my audio a little bit and really focused on making it sound good. We're going to be reading the scrolls, we're going to be reading the descriptions of items, there's going to be a lot of dialogue. So much dialogue, some of which is voice acted, and we'll be going through the voice actors as they come up and are prominent. But other than that, we are going to be really delving deep. For those of you who are coming to watch this playthrough from Baldur's Gate 3, even if you don't want to play it yourself, because this game really does kick your ass, you're gonna be seeing the game over screen quite a bit. You're really gonna be seeing the lore and like learning about the Easter eggs that they drop in Baldur's Gate 3 for you. Seeds that started in this game, or seeds that were planted in this game. So I really hope you enjoy watching me go through it. I am not a master at this game. I'm doing research as I am going through it myself and giving you the facts and the little tidbits that I find. So feel free if I could be playing better than I am, because I don't really play a mage a lot. We'll go through the character that I created in a minute. Please feel free to give me tips. I have not passed, at this point, chapter 3, so I don't know fully what goes on in the story. I know the main spoiler, but other than that, if you see something that I missed in a previous screen, just be like, hey, go back to that one section of the forest near the lighthouse and take a look near the northeastern part of the map. You missed something. So, stuff like that, please, please, please tell me. But other than that, enjoy my first kind of full in-depth playthrough of this. Without further ado, let's go. So, I'm going to pause right away. Baldur's Gate is a real-time with pause. So, if you are not in this black and white screen, time is passing. And you see from this icon down below here. So, we will run through all of what these are, and we will kind of go through our screen a little bit. This is going to be a little tutorial-y as well for those who are just wanting to come into this game. Don't use it as a full tutorial, but this is the way I understand it. I'm bastardizing things to make them easier to remember. So we have your return to game. That unpauses it, or gets you out of any of the menus you're in here. You have your map, and you have your world map, which is all down here. We have a couple things that we can kind of see on the map, but we need to get to places closer to those areas to be able to click on them to go. We're not going to worry about that right now. So this takes us back to this screen. We have our journal, so we will have prologue and subsequent chapters that we can go through down here, and these are a little more personal things, and you can add entries and type stuff in yourself. as you see fit. This is your inventory. You are going to be spending a lot of time on this screen. So these are your colors. You can change your character should you wish. Different things for putting on different items. I am a mage, so in the sense, I cannot wear any armor at all. I can only wear mage robes and different kinds of magical items. Your quick weapons, your quick items. Your quick items, if you push them down here, they will immediately be consumed. So you want, in some cases, you can put wands in there that have a predetermined amount of spells loaded into them. You can have potions here, which is mainly what the quick item slot is going to be used for in my playthrough, because my god. You have your character screen, so this tells you all of the information about your characters. Your character sheet if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons. Now, we'll go into all of the what THAC0 is and all that shit. So it tells you your experience, your level. If I were to have multi-classed, so picked like a mage cleric for instance, I'd level up one and then the next level would go into the next one. So far and so far, right? As you see, it took me, I'm going to insert the character creation clip that I did, and I will insert that here.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
As you see, I was on that ability screen for quite a while. That was very sped up. I was on there for almost 20 minutes. Almost the entire time I was creating my character was on that sheet re-rolling. Now, the max that you can roll is, I think, 106 or 108. It is very tough to get above a 90 in a roll. If you get above a 90, you get pretty much everything you want for your character. So that is the threshold that I wanted to hit. It took me a long time because I do not have any luck. So my character is a mage. Her name is Rikshada, but spiritually she's Rebecca. And you know Rebecca if you have seen me play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on stream. I'm gonna eventually replay it, but it's taking a minute to be able to be okay with the $55 price tag that is on Steam. So probably Steam Summer Sale. So for a mage, you want most of your stats into intelligence. Now, this is important for your ability to write magic. So you'll be getting scrolls in this game, and you can learn the magic that is in that scroll for your character to be able to use at will. If you have a higher intelligence stat, you are going to be able to more easily write the magic from the scrolls. Wisdom, doesn't matter. You want that if you're a paladin or a priest in this game, which is your cleric. Charisma, I wanted a high charisma because I want cheap shit in my shop. It's rolls on how intimidating you're going to be, whether people want to follow you. But the main stuff is cutting down the prices in the shops that you encounter, some of which are very expensive. Another thing in the game will go directly into that as well. We will go into that in a minute. Constitution, I wanted this at 16 because I wanted a +2 HP every level. Now, mages do not have a lot of health. If I had a 14, my health would be at 5. If I had anything below a 14, my health would be 4. Mages are very fucking squishy in this game. You need to keep them in the back. You need to keep them away from danger. Right now, Rebecca has a quarterstaff. We will be throwing that out the fucking window and getting her a sling. I put a proficiency in sling, which means she won't get a negative to her roll when she uses it. Anyways, so Constitution, we want at least 16. Anything above that won't do anything for this character here. Dexterity, it's how well you can hit things. Strength, we do not need for this character. She's not really going to be hitting things with physical attacks. Anything that hits anything else with a stick needs strength and needs dexterity. Constitution is a plus. My dump stat, which means a stat that doesn't really need, that you can safely take points away from to add to others, is Wisdom for a mage. You use Wisdom to get lore points, which I'm not quite sure what those are. There's a Steam achievement related to it. Get a certain amount of lore points in your playthrough. So, yes, other than that, we have your abilities, you have, what is it? Your reputation. Reputation. this is important. So your lore 13, which is, I'm still not sure what that is. I'll read up on it and probably tell you in the next part. Reputation is how other characters in the game, NPCs, will perceive you. So if you are running a good party, it's between 1 and 20. So reputation 1 to 5 is like despised. Don't want anything below a 10 if you're doing a heroic playthrough. There will be people who will not become a part of your party if you are a certain reputation. So if you want the evil characters, you want to be at a 5 or 6 or lower. Most of them are despised, and if you pick up certain companions, you will get -2 reputation points. I am playing an evil campaign at the same time as this on my own, and my reputation is a 1 in that game, because I just kill everything that I see, and I'm trying to be like kind of as evil as possible. If you are in a despised level of reputation, you really can't enter cities, or else they will, members of a mercenary group called the Flaming Fist will attack you. You get a lot of XP from them. But our XP will mainly be generated by killing monster enemies and finishing quests, because this is a good playthrough. Now, I wanted to do a good playthrough in this game that I'm recording, because that's where the meat and potatoes of the game are. You get a lot more quests, you get a lot more fulfillment, and you have a lot better of a time doing a good campaign because of the amount that opens up to you. So that is why I'm doing a good campaign for this combat stats. So this game follows AD&D 2nd edition. So 5th edition players, which is like the most popular form of Dungeons and Dragons, it's a little bit more of a harsh environment, especially if you're coming from Baldur's Gate 3. You have no idea what THAC0 is. So THAC0 means to hit AC 0. So basically, to figure out if you are going to hit something, you take your THAC0, you minus your enemy's armor class, and you are going to, from that, get what you need to roll to hit that enemy. Now, these dice rolls aren't like the ones in Baldur's Gate 3 where you see it. They're in the background. You'll be able to tell if you hit an enemy, especially when you're a high-level player later on in the game. So you need to take... You want these to be as low as possible, your THAC0 and your armor class. So eventually, these stats will be in the negative, and as you level up, you'll get points deducted from these and stuff like that. You'll get a little more of a handle on it for when we, as we go through the game. This is going to be a long tutorial part, because Candlekeep, we're doing this tutorial area in the first part, and you'll see that. You can carry a certain amount. I'm a mage, I'm pretty squishy, so I can only carry 90 pounds. There will be characters that can carry like 400 pounds later on that we get. Possibly. That was in my evil campaign. But Dornil Khan is a fucking savage. Anyways. The final area here that I'm going to go through for now is the mage spell book. So we have a mage spell, we have a priest scroll. We don't use a priest scroll because we are not a cleric. Mage spells. You have 1 through 9. You basically learn up to, I think, level 5 or 6 level spells in the first game, and then you can carry your character to the second game, which is, I'm pretty sure, what we're going to do when we go to play Shadows of Aum, because I also have that in the Enhanced Edition. So, with your mage spells, I chose Larlock's Minor Drain and Color Spray for a reason. You want your mages to be, essentially, for the first few levels, debuffers and buffers, and that is it. anything that you could do, like casting blindness, casting web, to try and make sure your characters, your player characters, your party over here, are doing the most damage, is you want to focus on debuffing your enemies. Because we're not going to do big numbers with a mage yet. So how you memorize spells is you can do this, you can do this, and if I wanted to choose Larlock's Minor Drain, this is an, you know, what is it? This is a last resort, because we don't have a cleric yet, right? So in a pinch, I'll be able to get some extra health. Color spray, this, you click on the ones you want to memorize and use in battle. You can only use spells that you've memorized in battle. You can use... The difference between a mage and a sorcerer is you need to memorize your spells with a mage. Sorcerer has a certain amount of spells already charged up. So you'll be able to use like 2 or 3 of these, and then you'll be able to use 2 or 3 of another one. But mages have a much higher amount of spells that they can use, and they can use much harder hitting spells later on. So that is why I chose a mage. It's very type A if you want to be a mage. And I'm never a mage. I wanted to kind of, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. Alright, so... Oh, one more thing about your mage spells. I will not be able to use this until I rest. So I'm actually going to go back and load a file. And I will do that now. Because I just bunged up my, my stuff here. So, without further ado, I'm going to go in here. I can't sell this quarterstaff, so I'm gonna go over here first.
I shall.
What? Nope, that's not what I wanted. I forgot to tell you, if you click your weapon and then you click something, you will attack it with your weapon. Let's go talk to Winthrop. Winthrop's our first character. And what a first line that is. Jesus Christ. What are you talking about, my fucking arse? Boy. What kind of fool do you take me for? Stuff you're in and stuff your company. You're always the big kidder, Winthrop. That gets funnier nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. But yeah, so Winthrop is our kind of barkeep and innkeep for this settlement here. We'll be able to rent a room if we want. Even the highest level room only costs 8 gold, and we have 30. We're not going to do that. These count as a long rest. You can only rest in inns for when you're in a settlement. You can't rest on the street. But out in the wilderness, you can rest wherever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a sling. And I'm going to buy some bullets for that sling. So 15 by 20, that should be good for now. And I'm gonna buy some arrows too. For a reason. Okay. And I'm gonna buy... I can't get any kind of bow now, but... that should be good for now. Alright. So you can rent rooms, you can buy and sell things. You're gonna want to sell jewels and jewelry and rings that you find. Unless they have a character's name in front of them. So if it's like Joya's ring, you're going to want to give it back to Joya for experience, for money, right? What else you can do is you can drink you can drink in this game. You want to go into inns and bars and you want to drink, and the more you drink, the more that you will have rumors pop up in this section here. It'll tell you happenings around the coast and around the area, and hints about what you want to check out, what you want to do next if you're in a pinch. So usually our journal will tell you different things as well, but we're not going to worry about that now. We're going to talk to this guy here first. This is Firebead Elvenhair. He wants us to do something for him. Within the hallowed halls of Candlekeep, with this iron crisis upon us, the trip from Baragos was more hazardous than I care to relate. You're GORION'S ward, aren't you? So instead of Tav, your character is commonly referred to as GORION'S ward. My, have you come into your own, and you had permitted old man jealous of youth to say so. I left an identify scroll with Tetheril in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now, so if you could fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. Sometimes, for some reason, my fucking screen will do that. So we're gonna go to the inner grounds right now, and he is just around this side. Alright. Firebead should be around here somewhere. He will walk towards you at some point. Oh, this is Imoen. This is our little sister, quote-unquote. Not actually, because we don't know who our parents are. Surprised that stuffy old Gorion let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle-faddle. I'd snuck off, too. Old Puffguts Winthrop was looking for me, but I got all day to do his chores. You have time for a story today? No, I could tell you don't. What have you been up to? I'm afraid I cannot chat today, little one. My foster father wishes to prepare me for a journey, but will not say where. Little one? I'm not much younger than you, though you still got tall fast, relatively anyway. A journey, eh? I never get to travel. I wish I could go with ya. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, ma'am, really do. I'll ask if you can go with us. Oh, don't be silly. Gorion would never even let you finish a sentence, especially after what that letter has said. Did I say that? No, of course I didn't. Never saw no letter. Nope. I'll just get back to work now. You better go. Gorion's waiting. So, Imoen, wish I could take her with me now, because she is a lawful... No, she's a neutral, good thief. Now, Imoen is one of the characters, even if you choose an evil campaign, she'll voice her dissent, but she will, for the most part, be pretty happy with... where is this dude? He's somewhere around here. We'll find him. But she will, for the most part, here he is, be on your side. You, for the most part, have to actively dismiss her if you do not want her in your party. So we can only have 6 people in our party, which is higher than the 4 that you get from Baldur's Gate. So we got Firebead's scroll. We could, if we wanted to, keep this for ourselves, but we want to open up something else with him later on. I don't know if you get it for him I don't know if you get it from him the extra little thing later when we get to Baragos, his hometown. But if you don't give him his scroll now, I'm sure you can. You get a Steam achievement for talking to all these green guys. These are tutors. They'll tell you how to play the game. We don't want any of what's going on here, though. I am quickly going to... What is it? I'm going to save. I'm going to save this one, because I actually made this character quite a bit earlier, and then I started my evil playthrough, and then I quick saved so much that I just completely lost the character on the bottom. So we're gonna go in here, and there's a reason I'm saving before we go in here. Shank. A very telling name. What can I do for you? We'll try to pick all the nice answers, but we'll pick the funny answers if they come up. Oh, that should be quite simple for you, plainly put. I have made it my mission to end your life. Success will be little respect among my peers, so you see, you can do very little except die. Okay, I don't have my sling on me. So I'm gonna do this. Just put a bunch of these in my quiver. Gonna put this in my quick items. And we are going to
Yes.
hit this fool. We don't want to waste our, there we go. Really hit him. I'm gonna take his dagger. And you want to press, if you're playing on a keyboard, tab in every place that you go to. You want to... I don't think I can... I don't think I can bust this open. Can I? Failed to force lock. I don't have a high enough strength stat. That's okay. But we can check other areas. This is why you want a thief in your party. You can pick locks and shit. You want to be careful which locks you pick, because sometimes they will lower your reputation if you break into houses and stuff. I'm gonna pick that up and I'm gonna sell it. A lot of things in this area can be selling fodder. So, yes. Oh, there was a man in there. He smelled like the stables and he tried to kill me. Let's act the victim.
Yes.
Because I don't know what's going on. We're actually going to take a look over here. This is Philidia's book, so she's going to want that back. I played this tutorial area a million times, so I kind of know what's going on in here. Let's see. So she wants her stuff back, and she'll give us something.
Hello there.
So Fireweed, back in the inn, gave us protection from good and evil. That's why we're kind of blinking a little bit. So it's a simple protection spell. So some settlements will have what is called a temple. You speak to the main guy of the temple, the priest. They will be for different gods. So you'll see the temple for a couple different gods in this game. So you can do a couple different things in temples. You can get healing, so dispel magic, remove curses, raise the dead. If you have a character in your party that is dead, you pick up their shit, put it amongst your different members of your party, and you will be able to raise them here and then give their shit back to them. Poison, curing wounds, stuff like that. You can donate. If you have a lower reputation than you want, you can donate to raise your reputation, and just like the rumor mill, you can get little tips over here as well. You can get potions of healing and stuff like that. As your reputation goes up, you are able to check this price a little bit. You can whittle it down if you have a high enough reputation and a high enough charisma. And the same works the opposite way as well. If you have a low reputation, these will be fucking expensive. What we're going to mostly do in this playthrough is the identify, whatchamacallit. So you will get magical items, and you will, this little red border here on the items means we can't use it because we are a certain class or a certain race. Now, this will be blue if something is a magical item that is unidentified. You need to always identify your blue items before you use them. One, like say I got an arrow that is blue. I don't use it. I don't identify, and I use all the arrows. And they act like regular arrows before they are identified. But if I had have identified them, I realized they would have been arrows +2, so I would have got a higher roll and produced higher damage had I identified them. Now, we are a mage, so we can learn identify. We would have been able to learn identify if we had have stolen Firebead's scroll, but we come across identify scrolls semi-often, so I'm not really worried about it right now, and it's not too much money to have things identified. But those are the things that temples can do for you. We're going to come down here, and we are going to Save again. You're going to see me save a lot. And that is going to be okay. This guy wants, over here, wants us to fight some mice in his building. This will teach us one-on-one combat. This guy, if you talk to him, will tell you about attacking, tutorialize you on that, and he will stop the tutorial when you hit him. But we don't need that guy to tell you how to hit things. I will tell you how to hit things. So, I have it on auto pause when enemy is sighted and when weapons are unusable. So weapons will be unusable if I run out of bullets or if they break. We'll go over what's happening in the story and why weapons are set to break. We're not going to waste anything on these fucking rats. We're going to use our proficiency with our sling and auto attack these things. We might get some hit points down. It's okay. It will auto attack the next rat as we go. What's going on here? Okay, let's customize. Nope. Script. We want to customize our script to attack enemies. And that's good. So, if this little... What the fuck is going on here? There we go. So, if this little light is on here, you will see that it is... Why are you not attacking things? Holy crap, Rebecca. Rebecca! What is you doing? It means the AI is active. The party AI. So you go into every character and you adjust their scripts to prefer ranged weapons or whatnot. Maybe this will do a little better. It doesn't matter. These things aren't really attacking us. So I think it's fine. Should be... No. Okay, so we're going to go back into our tab menu and see what is in here. The cats aren't doing much to fight the rats, but that's okay. We'll get this ring, and we will go back out here to Bingo Bongo over here, and we will get some experience. So, we will level up in a lot of experience. So right now, all of the experience that is saying is going to us, but say we do a quest that gives us 100 experience later on, and we have 5 party members. Each party member will then be getting like 20 experience instead. So we will worry about that as it comes. But as we get through the game and get more party members, we'll have quests that will get us more experience. So this is Hull. He will have something for us as well. He wants us to get his sword. I don't have the time. He wants us to do a full party simulation of battle. I don't want to. It's a waste of ye old time. So, what's this? This is the garrison bunkhouse. I will save here. Again. There we go. I'm not used to manually saving. I'm used to using the Q button to just quick save. But, we'll see. This guy wants my ass. Do I know you? No. I want to fucking kill you. Got it. So we'll come into these sometimes. We're a good egg, but this guy wants our ass. There we go. But we will have his ass. And we'll have his dagger. We'll have his dagger too. So that's alright. This guy... wants something. He's dead. Whoever he was, this guy wants to kill me too. So it seems like this is a bit of a new thing where people are trying to kill our character. And that fucking sucks. Must have something to do with the stress. So we're going to talk to Fuller. He's going to tell us where Hull's stuff is. Hull's stuff is here. If we go through and break into these chests, we'll get some sad stuff. Picked up an antidote too, because Hull definitely wants his antidote as well. That's what he wants. He wanted me to get that for him immediately and not keep it in my own inventory. So, this first part will be very tutorial heavy, and I am sorry, but that's how it be sometimes. We'll get less tutorial-y and more like duty bum bum fart jokes. So, we get to keep the antidote, and we are going to go and we're going to go back up to the inn, and we'll see Winthrop and sell some shit. Now, we don't want to do too much finagling in here at all. We want to be focusing on what is it here? We want to be focusing on getting the bump out of here. Now, Candlekeep in the Sword Coast is a bastion of knowledge. They have high walls. They don't let a lot of people in, which is weird because I don't know why the hell all of these assassins are somehow getting in. If not a lot of people can get in. As it said in the little tutorial or the little narration section, done by none other than the lovely, fuck, what's his name? Kevin Michael Richardson. Has told us. They, what was I about to say? Just like the lovely Kevin Michael Richardson told us, they pay for their peace with, not letting people in. It's peaceful here, but not a lot of people get let in. Anyways, we're gonna sell some shit. We're gonna sell a warhammer. The daggers we found. We're not gonna sell the arrows and stuff like that. We can keep 100 arrows. We have a lot of bullets. I don't think we really need anything else. So that's done. We don't have any health taken from us. So I think we are able to go. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to save again. You're going to see this save screen so many times. So many times. All right. Oh. So, let's go over to Gorion. Now, this game has some voice acting. This is really good voice acting for, what is it? For 1998. It was kind of the who's who of actors at the time, or video game actors.
Child, I am glad I have found you.
Now, do you know who voices Gorion? Gorion is voiced by none other by Jim Cummings. So Jim Cummings also voices Winnie the Pooh. So that is very good. You know what? I'm ready to go right now. Let's shove off.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
So if you don't know, if you've played Baldur's Gate 3 and you've gotten to the second act, you know who Jahira is. I will tell you more after.
Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
Now, this character is also voiced by the same character who does the narrator, and you should be able to see from his armor, once he kind of comes to the front, that he's the same figure in the scripted sequence that you saw in the beginning.
If you believe I would trust your benevolence, step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Get out of here!
Shit.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Hey, it's me, Imoen.
Alright, so Imoen ended up following us. I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. Can't remember exactly what it said, but he might still have. It might be on his body. Anyway, I'm not gonna let you wander around out here all alone. Never let a friend down. No, ma'am. Stick with you until you say otherwise. I will, and she means that. We got 2 gold.
You're a queer fellow.
So Imoen, this is why I picked up some arrows. Has a couple of things she can use. She has a magic missile wand, which we will be using in a little bit. I'm divvying up the potions equally, and in return, give her arrows. Now, got a lot of stuff. She has some stuff in her quiver that we can do here. Very nice. So she's got 100 arrows. We want to keep her in the back too because she is... I want to change her appearance a little bit. I don't want her to be... She's not really going to match her stuff. Maybe we'll do like tan and green. That might be nice. What is this? Oil of accuracy? Oil of speed. So this makes you walk faster and attack faster. Imoen is right now a thief. I think I'm going to multi-class her later, or dual-class her later, to be a thief mage, is what I would like to do. Because having all of my other party slots in my head are taken up, because I know what characters I am bringing in. 2 of them are dual characters, so we are going to go see some of them. You will know. Well, let's walk around. Actually, save first. We're gonna save, and we are going to walk around while I tell you. Select all in the party button, and you can choose what formation you want down here. I'm just going to choose the D6. This guy wants something from us. Cole said, well, a busy day for me today indeed. Strange noises throughout the night, now plethora of people scrolling about the wood. You do look a touch more hospitable than last time I met, though. Well met, stranger. I'm called Cole said. Can you help me? My foster father and I were attacked last eve, and I'm now not sure where to go. The carnage to the north must be the aftermath of your little skirmish, then. I'm most assuredly sorry about your predicament. There be little I can do for you. Nothing but of serviceable value to you to impart, except common sense in a few directions, and he will tell us where to go. So we want to be going north, I believe. So if we pause, press M, we're gonna go up here, and this little symbol will be around, you know, as we uncover all of this, and we will. You'll see little icons if things of note are nearby. Go to world map. So we want to be going east. So in this game, if you want to go, you know, say I want to go to the Nashkel Mines, we will go east and then south, 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 right? And new things will pop up as we are able to see them. And it's very good. You exit out the east side of the map if you want to go east. You exit out the north side of the map if you want to go north. So on and so forth. There will be instances where we find a map and we will come back to it later. If you have reached a map area already, you can go back later at will and you don't need to go through the song and dance. So let's first go back up here to where we saw Gorion. And oh, this is our first thing. This is a gibberling. Gibberling. So yes. Oh wait, we need to go into Imoen's shit. So we want to customize her script. Prefer ranged weapons. That's it. Prefer ranged weapons. And attack enemies. And not use really spells. And find traps. We want her finding traps always. Turn undead. We can put that for priests and shit. Done. And now us. We should be able to fully use defensive spells first. Don't use special abilities first. Attack enemies. Oh, I accidentally turned that off. Shit. Prefer ranged weapons. And that is all I want for my character. Okay, good. Now we can kind of go. In the wilds is where we want to be saving more often, picking up our entire party. For the most part, it won't let you leave the other half of your party in other places, but we want to go back up to Gorion's body. He has a couple of good things on him that we want. And we can loot the things that he's killed as well for extra gold and shit. Belt. This, we want to use this, and the dagger, we can sell it to friendly arm. Now, let's just loot everything else and then we'll divvy it out. We're not going to worry too much about the armor and shit because it is just extra shit that we need to carry. We don't have a lot of bandwidth to work with here. Now we go into our inventory. See, this is what I mean. This is a magical item that we don't know what it does yet. But we can right-click this, and we can take a look at what the scroll is. Please forgive the abruptness of which I now write, but time is short, and there's much to be done. What we have long feared may soon come to pass, though not in the manner foretold, and certainly not in the proper time frame. As we both know, forecasting these events has proved increasingly difficult, leaving little option other than a leap of faith. We have done what we can for those in thy care, but the time nears when we must step back and let matters take what course they will. We have perhaps even been a touch too sheltering to this point. Despite my desire to remain neutral in this matter, I could not, in good conscience, let the events proceed without some measure of warning. The other side will move very soon, and I urge thee to leave Candlekeep this very night if possible. The darkness may seem equally threatening, but a moving target is much harder to hit regardless of how sparse the cover. A fighting chance is all that can be asked for at this point. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from travelers along the way. I do not need to remind thee that it is dangerous land even without our current concerns, and a party is stronger than an individual in all respects. Very important. Should additional assistance be required, I understand that Jaheira, Khalid, and Khalid are currently at the Friendly Arm Inn. They know little of what has passed, but they are ever thy friends and will no doubt help however they can. Luckily with us all, I'm getting too old for this. E. Now I'm going to copy the note, and I can throw this away on the ground, because it will be now in our journal. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to uncover all of this. So for the most part, I will be speeding it up. Either speeding it up or just cutting to when the map is clear and cutting to where interesting things happen. So without further ado, I will start doing that. Okay, I have changed my mind. We are going to instead going right back down here and going east, because I came into a battle with a wolf and I fucking absolutely ate shit. Because I can't hit anything even though I have a higher dexterity. But that's okay. We'll get to that later. Gibberlings are fine. I ran into a wolf and fucking ate shit. So we are actually going to go up to Jaheira and Khalid and get them first. So we're actually going to follow this area here, and we're going to come across two members that we can recruit to our party that we will not. So this is Montaron and Czar. So I prefer to manage on my own, or I didn't mean to do that. So those are evil aligned characters, and they will, I don't know if those two will, but some of them will not allow you to, will dock off reputation points just by bringing them into your party. So we have a red guy here. Old man. It's been nigh unto 10 days since I've seen a soul walking this road. I've been without decent conversation since. Traveling nowadays appears to be the domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou wouldst pardon my intrusion, may I inquire which pertains to thee? Might know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn. Short distance to the north, its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there, waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain everything shall turn out for the best. But I have wasted too much of thy time, and said too much already. Shall take my leave, and wish thee all the best.
It is in my hands.
So the old man has come to tell us things, and then fuck off. He moves fast for an old man. Again, we're not going to worry about uncovering all of the map yet. I will do that probably when we get Jaheira and Khalid, two of which are going to be staying. I'm going to do pretty much the canon party. And here is a little bit about the Friendly Arm Inn. If you are at a despised reputation, it's one of the only places, rather, that will allow you to enter its doors. Alright, so we'll keep going in here. Doors right out front. Now this one might have to be, we're gonna come into an encounter here that might need to be a little cheesed. Because we are at a very small, we're at a very, what is it? We're at a very, squishy state of being. So we're gonna come up here, actually. We're gonna save. We're gonna save, and then we're gonna go up here.
Hi, friend.
Alright, so this is Tarnesh. I've not been seen you before today. What brings you to the Friendly Arm? Road-worn travelers. Pardon my being too forward, but you've the bearing of someone I've been looking for. About you. Height they were, same style of dress, or thereabouts, I dare say. You seem to be the spitting image of them. Might you have traveled from Candlekeep by any chance? Never heard of it. For the description, I think it would be safe to assume you're the one I seek. Don't move, I have something for you. Death! So we're gonna cheese this by going over here. I'm gonna try color spraying you. And then we're gonna try attacking you. I can't talk to people who want me dead. Whenever I feel like attacking you. So, we're gonna load, because this will try and fucking kill us. Instead.
Agreed.
So as soon as he casts Fear, and if both of our party members get hit, we're fucked. Actually. So we want to bring him over here. To a guard. And the guard will worry about us. We'll worry about this guy instead. We'll try to see if the guard will... protect us. I guess not. I guess the guard won't protect us.
It is in my hands.
Alright, we'll...
Hi, friend.
We'll do this. Guard's right here, my business is my own. He's gonna try and kill me. And the guard's gonna kill him for us! Yay! That's what I wanted. There we go. So we're gonna be fearful, and the guard's gonna... What the fuck? Okay, no, we're loading. This is not what I wanted to load into. You can only load a quick save, I guess. So that's my evil campaign. I'm much later in the game. Alright. Oh, there it is. So you can cheese a couple guards if you talk to them to get his stuff. So I'm gonna take all of these for myself, and I'm gonna take this. Okay, so first of all, let me save. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, go into our inventory. Now that we've quick save, I can write magic. So I can either copy the spell to my spellbook, or fail to do so. Now, I'm pretty sure you can only do one in between each long rest. So, bounty notice. There are bounty hunters on my head. Don't know why. Be it known to all of those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Rebecca, the foster child of Gorion, last seen in the area of Candlekeep, blah 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 blah. No less than 200 coins of gold. So copied. I'll make sure this is copied because I had a couple. Pardon me. I had a couple things there that I wasn't able to copy. I'll put that on the ground. Good, good. Alright, so we'll keep these for later. Let's go identify this belt, and then we'll go into the Friendly Arm. And then we'll pick up Khalid and Jaheira. So we're gonna identify. We're in Imowen's inventory, it's in mine. So, cold resistance plus 100. Beautiful.
It is in my
So
hands.
anyone fights us with ice, or we get into an ice dragon, we're able to get what we want. We don't really need cold resistance at the moment, but we will go in. Let's talk to this guy Dorn first. I think you mistaken me for someone else. We can talk to him, and we'll see him later. My uncle's Baldurs Gate, and I can't even get there to see him. Hope the roads clear up soon. See you around. So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna beside the bar and see these two. These are Jaheira and Khalid. If you've played Baldur's Gate 3 and got to Act 2, you will know who Jaheira is. This is her young hot version. This is like 100 years before Baldur's Gate 3 is set. She's a hot fucking mommy in this one. Khalid is her husband. You will know that he dies. I don't think he dies in this game. I think it's in the second one. But you know that Khalid is dead. He is also half-elf, so he should have the same lifespan. We are old friends of your adopted father. He's not with you? I must assume the worst. He would not permit his only child to wander without his accompaniment. If he has passed, we share your loss. Brian often said that he worried for your safety, even at the expense of his own. He also wished that Khalid and I would become your guardians. If you should ever meet an untimely end, however, you are much older now, and the choice of your companions should be your own. We could travel with you till you get settled, help you find your lot in life. Your company would be welcome. It would be a fitting last service to Gorion. But we should first go to Nashkill. Khalid and I look into local concerns, and there are rumors of strange things happening at the mines. No doubt you've heard of the iron shortage. You would do well to help us. It affects everyone, including you. You meet the mayor of the town, Beirun Gastkill. So, now we have a little bit of a direction. So, in this, actually, I think we should go through this next time, because we've been recording for quite a while, and we will go into the meat and potatoes. This is basically a tutorial. Now we have 4 members of our party out of the 6 that we would like to have. With that, I think I will leave you. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm so excited to dive into this game in a good campaign and share that with you all. I really appreciate everyone who has watched this far, and I will look forward to doing this adventure with you guys. It'll be less tutorial-y going forward, but with that, I bid you goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.